and 99% of all life vanished. Why? We zoom into the Cretaceous, the final age of dinosaurs. An evolution had peaked gigantic forms dominated every niche. Flowering plants, angiosperms, were rapidly transforming terrestrial ecosystems. This diversification provided new food sources and complex interactions. Herbivores, like the giant ceratopsians, thrived on this botanical bounty. But this world required apex predators of unparalleled specialization. The iconic tyrant dinosaurs reached their evolutionary zenith here. But the oceans, too, were ruled by fearsome, specialized reptiles. These marine lineages adapted perfectly to an entirely different domain. A reproduction remained complex, relying on consistent, warm global climates. Hatchlings faced immediate and intense pressures from every direction. Now that we understand this flourishing world, let's explore change. Geological forces were already beginning to reshape continental arrangements. Massive volcanic provinces released enormous volumes of gas and ash. These prolonged events stressed ecosystems long before the final blow. To fluctuations in sea level isolated populations and altered coastlines. Pollen analysis shows shifts in dominant plant species under stress. The atmosphere grew murkier, reducing the energy input to photosynthesis. Life was adapting, but the inherent risk of global catastrophe remained. Then, an event outside of Earth's control arrived from the void. But a kilometer-wide impactor, traveling at unimaginable velocity. At the moment of impact, the world was living its final Cretaceous day. The energy release was equivalent to billions of the most powerful weapons. The instantaneous kinetic energy vaporized rock and superheated the air. Vast quantities of molten material were thrown globally into suborbital paths. The friction of re-entry ignited global wildfires instantaneously. And survivors faced an apocalypse characterized by heat and darkness. And even the largest dinosaurs could not escape this overwhelming, pervasive heat pulse. For deep sea life, initially protected, soon suffered the secondary effects. The fallout layer, the KPG boundary, records this precise moment in time. That impact dust plunged the world into years of near-total darkness. The photosynthesis collapsed, the base of the food web dissolved completely. The great dinosaurs, requiring vast amounts of energy, could not endure this collapse. A survival favored the small, the adaptable, and those who could hide below. These overlooked ancestors possessed the necessary metabolic flexibility. Amphibians and small reptiles with lower energy demands also persisted. The epicenter of this devastation left an indelible scar on the planet's crust. Geophysicists study this structure to map the initial trauma zones. The impact triggered continent-sized tsunamis washing far inland. But this scurrying action rearranged sediments across entire continental shelves. Marine plankton, the primary producers, suffered near total collapse first. The specialized dinosaurs were too large and too reliant on plentiful resources. After the initial darkness, the slow process of atmospheric recovery began. The first hardy plants adapted to low light began to re-establish foothold. The small survivors cautiously emerged to scavenge the remains of the giants. Crucially, some lineages of feathered dinosaurs survived the bottleneck. The ecosystem that emerged was fundamentally different. The age of reptiles was over. With the titans gone, placental mammals gained an unprecedented evolutionary opportunity. They diversified rapidly into the vacant ecological roles left behind. The New World favored smaller size, faster reproduction, and broader diets. But not every group vanished. Some marine lineages managed to cling on. The extinction event reset global energy flow patterns entirely. The legacy of the Cretaceous giants remains etched in the planet's rock record. But these remnants offer us critical insight into deep-time fragility. The direct descendants of dinosaurs continue to thrive all around us today. They are the final, most successful chapter of that incredible Mesozoic story. But the Cretaceous teaches that dominance is never guaranteed in deep time. Understanding this collapse informs our view of ecological resilience today. From the zenith of giants to the dawn of mammals, the cycle continues.